Hi guys, on a new video. So today we'll take a look on another game from Warcraft 3, and this time it will be the 2v2 I promised you, and this matchup will be with 3 other people from the Armies of Exigo community, and it will be me as the purple night elf in the top side of the map, together with Master Moist as my teammate here on the left side of the map with green undead, against actually Urakar down here, playing with the teal color orcs on the bottom side of the map, and on the right side we have Soulskeeper with the blue humans. So as you can see, we have all the races here, Night Elf and Undead against Human and Orc. As I said, I'm with Master Moist, and on the other side we have Urakar with Soulskeeper. I don't really know this map, so I don't really know where to Ancient of Grief, but I guess here I found a nice spot between 2 camps, so that's kinda decent opener. I told Master Moist that I wanna see some Frostwyrms there, yeah, but I'm not sure if the game will get to that, but we'll see. I definitely don't remember it, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, he will need some protection early. We can probably secure that for him. And I'm starting, of course, with Demon Hunter. Standard opener, we are going for bears. In team games, you can try some alternative strategies. Even in 1v1s, you can go for fast expansion with Keeper of the Grove, or just go for Priestess of the Moon into Huntresses and things like that. But this is the most optimal and usual opener, or just build order with the Demon Hunter into bears. But in team games, you can even do things like Mass Hippogriff Riders with archers on top of them, yeah, just for some mass air or other stuff, or even go for chimeras or just mountain giants, yeah. So multiple different options, but I will stay probably with the normal opener and continue with the bears, with potential of adding maybe some mountain giants later. Here I tried to do the Ancient of War creeping. Unfortunately, these neutrals totally ignored my Ancient of War and just went after the archer. So we didn't really get much value here. Actually, I was really worried that I would also pull this camp here, but fortunately that didn't really happen, I think. Now I have my Demon Hunter, but we actually used the immolation here, getting only value on one of these guys now. But I also brought 2 Wisps here if we needed repair. Unfortunately, they didn't really attack the Ancient of War much, so we definitely didn't need the repairs. Now I will just eat a tree. But the good thing here is that we can immediately continue with the second camp without basically any problems. So I will just try to pull it with the archer probably, even hunt a little bit more into the back. Here we have the Ancient of War, and yeah, they attacked him, so this is good. We can actually at least continue like this. Here the Soulskeeper farming these Furbolgs, actually level 6 immediately. That's definitely really ambitious. As you can see, he's losing some peasants to that there. Definitely struggling a lot. This was too big of a bite for him. I think he needed probably more peasants. Also, once again, he's not tanking with the water elementals. I see this mistake from him quite a lot. He should definitely focus on that. Master Moist is focusing on this camp, so the same one I killed, I think. And he already cleared this as well. But as you can see, the Ancient of War creeping is still faster. Yeah? I have less units than the other players, but I'm still able to get through the neutrals faster. Urakar, he didn't even start creeping yet. Yeah? He's just accumulating his units. Now he will go for the camps, but he's really behind in terms of creeping. Wasted lots of time here, and now we have a huge advantage. Of course, now the question is how we will utilize that. So first of all, I use the Moonwells to full heal myself. Now we will maybe go for these Archnetids, which is like a scorpion, I think. This one is even ranged, but this is a really easy camp. I think it's a green camp, so looking pretty decent. So Skipper even built a farm here, probably just for scouting, but it will be a free kill for me later, or just to destroy. But I will also lose my scout wisp here. Didn't even really get a nice detonate there, unfortunately. And he cleared the expansion, so he could take it, but doesn't seem like he wants to go for immediate expansion. Just cleared it for later, I guess. We already have 4 archers, level 2 and like 60%. And here he ran into my base with Archmage, so immediate mana burn. Even shot him there once with my archers, so even some extra damage. And here is actually my Wisp Scout. We are just chasing him down, mana burning as much as we can. I don't have the boots yet, but it's fine. He actually has end of reincarnation, so we can resurrect if we kill him. Kinda lucky to get this early, but okay. Master Moist is now also clearing the expansion. Urakar still dealing with these starting camps, but he's also at least level 2 now. And now I will probably go for this gold mine, which I think is maybe even a little bit easier than this one, so this is what you want to start with if you want to go for immediate expansion on this map probably. So we go for this, 5 archers, yeah, using Shadow Melt to avoid these attacks of the Furbolg, while the Demon Hunter is of course killing everything from the back. And my tier 2 will be now finished. Unfortunately, Master Moise is now getting heavily pressured. There is the Archmage in his base, plus Urakar is coming there, and he needs my help now. Fortunately, I was kinda close. My Demon Hunter is pretty low, but I have lots of items. I have level 3, which no one else... actually, okay, Master Moise also has level 3, but none of the enemies has that. And Soulkeeper is only the hero here, which is now teleported away. So now we are kinda 2v1 here. Of course, Master Moise doesn't have much left, only the low HP hero. My hero is also kinda low, but fortunately Urakar wasn't really fighting us, so I was able to focus fire down this Grant. Plus maybe casted some mana burns there, he also doesn't have any mana. And if we can preserve all of our archers, that would be really good now. Actually, we lost one there. Now we casted Shadow Melt, but now Master Moise is coming with the ghouls. I also casted one of my Wands of Illusions, so we can get some distraction on him. Now we used Immolation for some extra damage, took everything down, and just focus fire some grunts. So we actually got decent amount of kills there. We lost only 1 archer, so I think overall it was actually a pretty decent trade. Soulkeeper just standing at home now, so not really helping his ally too much in the fight, and that allowed us to push the enemy away. Now I will buy my Siege, getting another small advantage. Unfortunately here I will lose my scout. I'm not too good with managing the scouts when they get attacked. Sometimes I can detonate them if it's some summoned units near them, or at least the hero is melee, so I can steal his mana a little bit. But if it's a ranged hero like this, high damage, it's usually just a death. Here I had the illusion from the fight here, I believe, or maybe that was a new illusion, not sure. Yeah, I think we used the second illusion, but I wanted to scout this expansion, so we did that. Now I'm just running around kinda. Maybe I even scouted this farm, so I'll destroy it, we'll see. But I also want to scout this base, which I should be able to before the summon time runs out, so that should be really good. We see they have no expansions, or at least not on this side. Urakar could have this one, but he just pushed with decent army, so was kinda certain that he doesn't have one. And now we are getting finally bears, so tier 3 will be actually finished in a second. We already have first bear, still have 4 archers, we have level 3 hero, actually 3.5. And Soulkeeper here has 0 units, he has level 2 Archmage with low HP. Urakar also doesn't have level 3 yet. Decent amount of units, 2 heroes, but Master Moise also now has level 3, so overall we have way better levels on our side. Here I also took down the farm of Soulkeeper. I could push this, but that's really dangerous. Yeah, I want to get probably some more bears first. So for now, not much creeping happening for me, just kinda running around, but we are maintaining the map control, trying to make sure they don't expand, and eventually we should just totally take control of the game in the late game, because we have insane timing push. I can time push with the bears, and once the undead gets into the end game, gets a leech, and even Orb of Corruption, it's also really strong, also statues and things like that, or even the Frost Wimps, of course. Here we have these 3 items, not the best, but at least we have something. Archmage still has only the Ankh of Reincarnation and now Circle of Nobility. I'm clearing more and more camps here, utilizing the Rejuvenation now. Master Moise is also clearing this. Yes, still only 1 hero, Death Knight level 3 now, almost level 4, but very low HP. Now he got the Lich King finally, not Lich King actually, just Lich. And he has 4 Crypt Fiends, so definitely not the strongest army, but he has really good levels on his main hero, so that's really good. Actually even a little bit more than me, but now I'm splitting the XP between the Siege and the main hero, so it's kinda understandable. But now is the moment when I will gain in the huge power spike. Yeah? So we get the Master Training for our bears, we are on 49 population, getting 1 last bear here, and we can go for a really powerful push. Just with 3 bears this time, but we still have 4 archers, so that's actually a lot there. Actually I have 1 more bear here, sorry, so that's actually a really strong army. And Master Moise is saying that we should go Soulkeeper, which is the human here. I'm saying 1 second because I needed to wait for this bear, and also gold for Orb of Venom, so I bought that. And now I also have the Master Training, and this is the exact moment when we want to attack, before 10 minutes, insane push, and we go onto Soulkeeper together, who is actually, who has only here the Archmage, I don't really see any units from him. Urakar is standing here with decent army, also expanding now. So this is actually when we have to attack. We can't really wait it much longer. But unfortunately here I ran into this camp. It was a huge mistake. I wanted to kinda pull back, but lost like 1/3 of my HP on the Nagasivich. So that was actually definitely not nice. And here I actually decided to just attack the camp rather than trying to run away. There I put another camp. So we are fighting 2 camps, losing lots of HP before the fight. Definitely not too optimal, plus we are wasting lots of time, which is really precious for us, since we are fighting against the time, since enemy is expanding and we are not. But fortunately, we are able to take this down quite quickly. I didn't even waste any mana on that. And now we are grouped up together. There is plenty of vitality, so 150 extra HP. Hopefully I will pick that up. Yeah, with my Demon Hunter, nice. And here there is the Archmage once again harassing Master Moist a little bit, but his gold mine is safe, so that shouldn't be a problem. And if we push on Soulskeeper here, actually I think it will be better. Looks like we instead rather decided to retreat a little bit and maybe kill the Archmage, which could be also good. The main question is of course where is the other enemy? That is Urakar. And here I actually decided, yeah, I wanted to buy an item here but didn't realize it's not night yet. It's like in 5 seconds or something, but it wasn't up yet, and I got into another fight with a camp, which was the same mistake for the second time. So that was definitely not ideal. I lost lots of HP once again, but we will probably have to destroy the camp once again, yeah, so same situation. I'll probably lose this archer, which is not ideal. But we have some new population now that we can utilize potentially. Also have one extra moon well, so we can go to 60. If we need to, we have the resources for that definitely, and I can also just expand here. That would be also a good idea. There is still the icon of the farm here, but it's already destroyed. I mean on the minimap. Here I dropped the Circles of Nobility, picked it up with Nagasivich. I also have the Lion Horde of Stormwind, which is a devotion aura, so that's the item, that's the ability of the Paladin hero from humans, really strong, providing some extra armor for our units. You can see it here. And here I have Boots of Quel'Thalas, we have Slippers, we have Potion of Invulnerability, and it's really good, yeah. It's all agility, and my hero is on agility, yeah, so that's really strong. We have statues now joining the army, and now we go for the push. So definitely delayed. I think we should have been here much sooner. Now this expansion is basically fully working. They also healed here, regrouped and everything. Had more time to prepare. And we still kinda stayed on 50. Now we went a little bit over, but I'm expecting to lose some units. So not the best timing, but it's still solid. At least we have a little bit better levels, and we stole the camps in the middle and bought some new items. But now there is actually Soulskeeper with a huge army of knights. That is what he was preparing for the whole game. He was just trying to delay the game with his Archmage and get to the knights. But Urakar teleported into his base, so now he's totally out of position, and we just ran away from there, so that was a wasted item. And Soulskeeper is now also somewhere actually now right here, so they kind of surrounded us from both sides. That's actually not too bad, but they also pulled a camp here, so they will take more damage from that. Soulskeeper is trying to rush into us here, but now he's fighting 1v2, so once again definitely not the best coordination from them. Of course he will focus down this bear, that's true, but we have damage on all of his knights, lots of AoE damage, we have lots of healing overall. We killed his paladin, now we are focusing the Archmage, immediate one shot, and now we basically destroyed the whole army of Soulskeeper, and now once again we'll be fighting a 2v1 against the second enemy now from the other side, so this was just really poor positioning from them. They totally threw it here. We probably still had a stronger army because we have better heroes and just overall way more advanced units, but it would be definitely way closer if they would fight together, which didn't happen, so now we just chase them down this way. Soulskeeper will probably try to somehow remake his whole army, but he has only 2 barracks, not even producing in them. He has lots of resources, no Chepa is not producing. Now he started, okay. Urakar also has lots of resources, he has expansion, but he is struggling with spending the resources, and also Master Moist, 2000 gold. I guess he didn't want to go over 50, but once we have like 1000 gold and we are starting to fight, you definitely want to start spending that. 2000 is really a huge waste of resources there. At least an expansion should be definitely building there, but at least I decided to go over 50, so we should still have more units. Here we are pushing into Urakar's army in the base of Soulskeeper. Bears in the front, of course, tanking the damage, AoE damage here from the Nagasivich. My Demon Hunter is also doing some nice damage there on level 5. Idly some mana burns on this Shadow Hunter maybe. Yeah, nice. So we cannot cast anymore. Even some Death Calls flying here from the Death Knight, also level 5. I could also rejuvenate the Death Knight maybe. But I probably wasn't watching there, I was trying to focus on not losing my Demon Hunter. I need to mainly rejuvenate all the units I have down here. But here I decided to place an expansion, so once again utilizing the resources as much as possible. Decent multitasking from me, I would say. We are constantly staying below 500 gold. And as you can see, I'm still around 50, so yeah, we are not on no upkeep, but definitely if I would try to stay on 50 and not go over, I would be maybe on like 30 population now or 40, because I wouldn't have the units being pre-made. Now we nicely healed most of the units, took down the tower. There is no way they can protect this anymore. Of course, Urakar still has the expansion, so it's still kinda 2 bases against 2. But I'm also getting an expansion now, so that should be fine, and we have so much more levels. We have heroes 5, 4 and 5, 3, while Soulskeeper is only level 3 here. He also had the Paladin level 1, but he probably didn't even remake that anymore. And Urakar has 2 heroes level 3 and 2S, so we just have so much more levels on the heroes thanks to all the creeping and now all the kills from the fighting that it should be way easier for us to win any fights. If we just tear down through the buildings. And finally we will see the Frostbins as well from Master Moise, who is also getting an expansion here. I didn't really go for the Mountain Giants in the end, I think. Would be an option, but I don't have much resources. I was trying to invest everything into some new wisps here, sending them on wood so they can immediately transfer to the gold later. And of course also trying to maintain as many bears as we can, maybe adding few Dryads here and there here, but overall just mainly the bears there. I don't want to go necessarily to high upkeep, so 80 is where I want to stop, but getting few more Moonwells is always nice because I might decide to go over 80, and also I will have the extra healing there provided from that, so that's always good. There is Soulskeeper once again with his Archmage, taking some damage but not really dying. We took down the main building of Soulskeeper. And Urakar is just kind of staying at his base. Yeah, he's getting some Demolishers now, Taurens, trying to get to those more advanced units, but without any more creeping he won't get the levels, and to be honest there is not any more camps except this one. That's the first camp Soulskeeper took. I didn't get it throughout the whole game, so we could have gotten some. Actually there is also these dragons, so yeah, a few more experience was available there, but after level 5 you don't get more experience, so we could have only gotten our Lich and Sea Witch to level 5 from these 2 camps probably. That would be an option, but not really necessary. Winds are coming, that's good. Not sure if Soulskeeper no resources, so he sent all gold to his ally probably. Who also doesn't have any more gold, but he's on 77 population, I'm on 76, so basically the same. And Master Moist is 68, so like 10 behind us, but he's now also getting the expansion. Should be able to catch up with us in a second.
The great outdoors.
Now I was getting lots of Dryads, just for some extra damage, because we already have lots of bears, so I don't really need more. Of course you can go like 9 bears, of course, but actually I maybe already have that now. Looks like I have like 8 bears maybe. I think so, yeah. I could go even higher, but it's fine. Here I decided to push a little bit. Of course I should probably wait for Master Moist, but even 1v1 should be... It's not a 1v1, okay, there is the Archmage still, giving some extra damage, even splashing me down with Blizzard, so that's actually kinda big help for Urakar there. He also has healing wards here that I wasn't really able to focus down, so really good position for him to fight in. But we still have strong army as well. I have all the Dryad damage in the back. Trying to somehow hold it here, but the main thing is that I'm just creating a huge pressure here, even though it's not a pure 1v1, so I probably won't win this. I'm providing lots of time for my ally to push here in the back and destroy the expansion, so it was just a distraction mainly. And we still preserved most of the units. Now I just remove the bear form, I heal everything with rejuvenation, and we can continue pushing immediately again with basically the same army. We lost maybe like 2 units there, yes, so even though it looked like they kinda pushed me back heavily, it was because they had the healing from the healing wards, and I didn't have the rejuvenation healing yet. But now when I actually casted my heals, you can see that my army is basically the same as in the beginning, while now of course there is also Master Mist from the other side. Now I come here with my army, And also the tower's not ideal, but we may want to damage all the backline here of Urakar, and as you can see, we totally break through them. There are still some Taurens and Grants on the ally Lich, but I think he has enough mana on his Death Knight, so we should be able to full heal this. Yeah, immediately. Nice save there. Now I got even a level 6 Demon Hunter, so we could potentially cast the Metamorphosis if I get enough mana for that. I think it's like 125 maybe, or 100, something like that. Maybe even 150. I think it's 125, but I'm not 100% sure. Like I see, which is also level 5. Unfortunately, my ally had to retreat. He also has level 6 Death Knight now. Maybe he lost his Lich. Yeah, actually he has fallen. Not sure how. Probably just to the Taurens and Grants, but he just full healed him. So actually not sure what happened there. I wasn't watching carefully enough to catch that. But still 80 population, lots of resources, 2 bases of course, nicely working. Probably getting some more upgrades maybe, or we already got them. I'm not sure. You can see it here, 1 damage upgrade and 0 armor upgrades, so definitely could have gotten more, but it's okay. Not sure what, for example, my ally has here. 1 armor upgrade and 2 damage upgrades, okay, that's really good. At least Urakar doesn't have any more units to check what he had. And here Soulskeeper left. Urakar is not really producing anything, but he is not leaving yet, so I'm not sure actually. Maybe it was played on some stream and he was talking to his chat or something. I'm not sure. No GG, I guess. Once again, Soulskeeper leaving us. I think he didn't have his chat turned on. Maybe he still doesn't have that. But yeah, of course, GG is what you should write when you are leaving. Just to be respectful, but it's okay. Yeah, I was actually talking about the chat not being unlocked, probably. Urakar also didn't have it unlocked, but now he has. That is maybe how why he was not surrendering and also not doing anything. He was trying to find in his settings how to turn on the chat. And here we have the Metamorphosis towards the end. No more fighting, but we have it here. 1500 HP, level 7 Demon Hunter. Pretty cool. Unfortunately, no more fights with him. But yeah, nice game. Let's check the results. In terms of units, most produced by Urakar by far, but I got the most skills here by far. I basically doubled than the other players. While Soulskeeper didn't get basically any kills there. Buildings, we were actually with the least buildings here, but Night Elf don't need as many buildings, to be honest. You have the moon wells, but outside of that just few trees, and you don't really need anything else. Well, of course, humans have farms and towers and everything. Orcs also here the expansion area with lots of towers and other infrastructure, and undeads have ziggurats, also the expansion with many ziggurats there. So yeah, I guess you don't need as many buildings there, but overall the amount of production buildings I think wasn't the greatest for me, but it was like decent. We are able to reproduce everything that died pretty quickly, so that's okay. 30 buildings raised, so we are definitely the ones staring through the buildings with the bears there. Largest army 83, so we actually went to the high upkeep for a second, same as Urakar, but probably quickly fell back down. Heroes, yeah, most experience 4,500, masterminds behind me 3,500, enemies around 1,500, so yeah, you can see also the hero kills here. Urakar killed 1 hero, I think that was the Lich of Mastermoist. Soulskeeper 0, Mastermoist 3, I killed 4 heroes there. Mastermoist most items, I had same as Urakar. Of course, once again, Soulskeeper last there. He died a little bit earlier, so obviously his stats will be a little bit lower. Resources here. Yeah, Urakar had the expansion there quickly, so he had the extra resources, but overall, I mean, yeah, he produced more units, but didn't really result in any major kills advantage or anything. Most lumber actually Mastermoist. Basically same gold as me. I got the expansion a little bit quicker than him, but I guess I was in upkeep longer, so we lost some gold there, and in total he actually had more resources. Tech percentage, really good for Urakar there. I was like half of that. Master is actually even lower, but not that big of a deal. Even some resource trading even between us. And then of course here, I didn't even see that, but yeah, I probably received some resources there from Mastermoist as well. But yeah, really nice game, 22 minutes. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments if you maybe want to see some more team games, like 2v2s or 4v4s, 3v3s, whatever, but mainly probably 2v2s. We could maybe even do some rematches here with these players or anyone else. Maybe even some ranked games, I don't know. But yeah, definitely let me know if you enjoy this more, or maybe the 1v1 ranked games or 1v1 custom games, whatever format, yeah, we can play around with it. Of course, I will still probably swap around based on what replays I've prepared for you, but I can try to focus a little bit more towards one of those formats and provide you a little bit more content from that, because, for example, for now it's mainly 1v1s. I don't have too many 2v2 replays, but I think it's kind of interesting. The games are kind of fun, I think. But once it gets to like really big formats like 4v4, I feel like it becomes like a really big chaos, and it's actually not that easy to follow even from the replay or while playing. So I think that's not as much fun, but these 2v2s are definitely pretty nice change from the 1v1s, and I personally definitely enjoyed watching this as well as playing before. So if I will have any more 2v2 replays, I will definitely show them to you. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one, so take care, guys.